welcome you once again to my office. I welcome you to another weekly word of the week. Words that assist us as we live life in this world and also as we think about the challenges of preparing ourselves for the life to come. Words are interesting. The writer of the book of Hebrews urges us to approach God's throne with confidence based on Jesus' sacrifice and service as our high priest. There's our word of the week, confidence. But what does that mean? In the New Testament, several different words are translated confidence. The word that is used in Hebrews 4, verses 14 through 16, combines the concept of all and speaking. Come before God's throne, telling it all. The lexicon suggests all outspokenness, simply meaning frankness and openness, nothing hidden, nothing held back. Is that not wonderful news? Jesus has made possible our access to the very throne room of God, and we can come before God with absolute honesty and transparency. Application: a week after Easter. On Easter, church buildings were filled. Celebration, victory, hope, joy. But for many, Hopeful Sunday meant the return to a reality less hopeful, even hopeless, in the week that followed. Sermons heard on Sunday should make a difference in our lives and in our world, not only on the day that they are heard, but also Monday through Saturday. Sermons must touch daily life. Ideally, an Easter sermon is not only for Easter Sunday, but also for the days that follow. Because, again, after Hopeful Sunday comes the reality of daily life. Easter focuses on an essential event in the Jesus story. Without the resurrection, the story of Jesus is meaningless. Easter celebrates resurrection, forgiveness. Easter celebrates changed lives, newness, hope. Here is hope for salvation. Here is hope for our own resurrection. But in this singular focus of Easter, it is easy to miss the rest of the story. The author of the book of Hebrews describes Jesus as a high priest, both faithful and merciful. Jesus is faithful high priest and able to make atonement because he is Son of God. He is merciful high priest who understands the weaknesses of the people because he is also Son of Man in human nature. The Easter celebration of Jesus' resurrection customarily focuses on his faithfulness to save. But the resurrection is a powerful story that matters because of what comes before. Jesus came to earth as a human being. It's easy for us to overlook that part of the gospel account, especially around Easter. Jesus comes to be like us. Jesus comes and identifies with us in his life, his ministry, in his death. He experiences life as we experience it. He knows tears. He knows pleading and prayer and suffering. He is merciful. He understands our experience. He knows what we need. In his resurrection, he shows us a possibility beyond our experience. He declares the possibility of eternal salvation. He also declares a pathway, a possibility of new life in Christ in the here and now. So again, we say these are words not only for this life, but words that point us to the forever life. Because on the Sunday that we see hope, on the days following, we have to go back to the world in which we live. We many times fall into the trap of the early disciples who went back fishing after they had given up hope. John 20. Where is Jesus in your life today? How often do we think about the resurrection during the week? The resurrection is a story of hope for eternity. It's also a story of hope for today and for tomorrow. Life here is not hopeless. It's not empty. It's not futile. Failures are not forever. there's a future that is secure. The post-resurrection stories of Thomas and Peter impress us. The stories of the 9 other disciples are not told in the Gospels, but they would certainly be equally impressive. So in Hebrews chapter 12, to conclude our thoughts today, look to Jesus. Throw off the weights, throw off the challenges. Look to Jesus to run the race. Look to Jesus to manage the turmoil of life, the conflicts of life, the sorrow, the times when you cannot see the future. Look to Jesus. The resurrection proclaims strength in a world that at times would overwhelm us. Jesus' resurrection declares his daily presence in our lives and his intercession for us before the Father's throne. And because Jesus understands and he is our intercessor before the Father's throne, you can tell it all. You can come before the Father with confidence. And that is not a story only for Sunday. It's a story for every day of our lives. Good news. Thank you for joining me. Remember that God loves you. I love you. That's the way it's going to be. Looking forward to being with you again next week for another weekly wow, a word of the week that will guide us as we seek to follow Jesus more faithfully. God bless.